The Great Barrier Reef is the biggest reef in the world. It is made up by 2,900 little reefs. It has 900 islands. It stretches over 344,400 square kilometers, and it is 2,300 kilometers long. It stretches south from the northern tip.
The Great Barrier Reef has more than 1,500 species of fish, 411 types of hard coral, 1/3 of the world's soft corals, 134 species of sharks and rays. It has 6 of the world's 7 species of threatened marine turtles and more than 30 species of marine mammals, including the dugong. Pollution is still a great threat to the Great Barrier Reef. Farmers are fertilizing their plants too much, then it washes away into the Great Barrier Reef and poisons the fish. Farmers use old machines that can't measure the fertilizer. There is 400,000 kilometers squared of farmland next to the reef. That means lots of fertilizer. Lots of rubbish from landfill blows into the ocean and fish eat it thinking it's fish and die. Coal mines next to the reef dump the stuff they don't need in the water, then it falls to the bottom making sediment. When the trenches are dredged, the sediment is stirred up and the waves.
Since 2007, the World Wildlife Fund has been campaigning to get the message of pollution to the Great Barrier Reef out to the more people, so more people know about it. And no, lots more needs to be done, but progress is being made. The joint Australian and Queensland governments Reef Water Quality Protection Plan has set targets to improve the quality of water entering the reef.
Dredging is a form of clearing shipping channels and waterways. Barges with excavators mounted on them dig out sediment. There is also oil sitting on the bottom. It then washes round the current, killing fish and other sea creatures. It also leads to coral bleaching. Industrialization is a bad asset that pollutes the air and also the water. CO2 comes from the factories and power plants. When it rains, CO2 then falls into the water, causing acidification. It also leads to dredging to make way for ships. This kills the reef. WWF, Greenpeace, and ACPS, and many others are fighting for the World Heritage listed reef.
Coral is very sensitive, and when it grows it catches tiny algae called zooxanthellae. When the water changes by a few degrees, the zooxanthellae moves out. If the water goes back to normal quick enough, the zooxanthellae will move back in, but if it doesn't, the zooxanthellae will stay out and the coral will lose its colour and die.
What's being done about climate change to the reef? The government has laws and regulations that relate to climate change. For example, tax incentives and greenhouse gas emissions. There are a number of groups lobbying the government to keep the CO2 limits low.
Crown of thorn starfish live in the Indian Pacific region. They eat coral and will kill the reef. They also live all over the Great Barrier Reef. Crown thorn starfish are a big threat to the Great Barrier Reef. Divers are catching them and poisoning them, but they breed too quickly and they are killing them. One by one takes too long. Scientists are exploring ways to get rid of them more effectively.
Crown thorn starfish is a big starfish and they eat coral and will kill the Great Barrier Reef. Scientists have discovered a formula that can kill crown thorn starfish and it should do in 24 hours.
The poison is injected into a starfish by a diver. However, the starfish are green faster than they are killed, so they are looking for a better way to control them.
What we can do to save the reef. We can ride our bike to school or go by bus instead of going by car. We can plant lots of trees to clean the CO2 out of the air, get solar electricity instead of buying electricity, and recycle instead of throwing stuff out when you've only used it once.